the National Weather Service will once again be on scene surveying damage from Wednesday night's storm.
Yeah, quite a mess. Take a look at all of the debris, the uprooted trees here from what we now know was an EF1 tornado. It moved through from Lincoln to Cumberland, finally landing in North Attleboro. Joe Cortez joining us now live from Seekonk. That's another town that saw a lot of damage, Joe, from maybe another tornado.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean, we possibly could see a confirmed tornado later on this afternoon when the NWS, they're expected to get down here and survey the damage. And just looking over my shoulder here, a lot of the damage has been cleaned up and pushed off to the side, but it remains still to be seen when you're driving around here. We see folks driving over their morning commute, you know, getting a little rubberneck, taking a look around, because it's just something you don't see every day, but it is something that is not out of the ordinary. We got a chance to talk to the NWS meteorologist by the name of Bryce Williams. He tells us that a lot of times when you're surveying the area, you got to look at the radar data first to see what kind of wind rotations took place. Now, some of the uprooted trees and snapped off trunks in those areas, that tells them that there was upwards of 80 to 100 mile per hour winds up in the area of northern Rhode Island. And in order to determine if it was an actual tornado, they got to focus on how the trees fall. Williams said that if the trees are laying in the same direction, it often tells crews that they're looking at a straight line wind damage, something like a microburst. But if the trees that are laid down, they're all different directions or in a circular pattern, then oftentimes it will signify a tornado. Now, Williams says that they've got dozens of damage reports, but as these events may surprise some people, they're not out of the normal.
It's actually not too unusual, especially with these lower end tornadoes. On average, southern New England tends to get anywhere from 5 to 8 tornadoes every year. And actually last year, we had an above average tornado season. We had 12 or 13 tornadoes confirmed in southern New England.
Now, Bryce alluded to that we are in the severe weather season, and on top of that, it's good to get prepared before the next one could hit, whether it's tornado or some of those strong weather systems we've seen coming through. And coming up in the next half hour, the NWS is actually going to be visiting this area, Rehoboth, Seekonk, and even up in Smithfield. They'll be surveying. We'll have more information coming up in just 30 minutes. For now, reporting live in Seekonk, Joe Cortez, 12 News.
And if you were impacted by the storms Wednesday night, we're making it easier for you to share your photos and videos and allow us to put them on the air. You can scan this QR code on your screen or go to WPRI.com/reportit.
Residents across southern New England still dealing with damage after Wednesday night's storm. These are pictures from Ryan Adaman out of Seekonk showing the aftermath of those strong winds and heavy rains. Joe Cortez is live outside Seekonk High School this morning.
Yeah, there's still a bunch of debris left over there, Joe, and it's expected that that could have been caused by a tornado too, right?
That's right, Kate and Erica. The NWS, National Weather Service, they'll be here surveying the damage and taking a look at whether or not it was a hurricane, or excuse me, a tornado that came through here. And on top of that, I mean, we just checked out some of the debris over here. Much of it has been cleared off the roadway, but there is still a ton of it over here in the woodland area. And we're going to be hearing more from the NWS later on today. Now, when it talks about the emergency management officials, it's prioritizing getting prepared early is key and making sure that everyone knows their role heading into these certain circumstances. And whether or not they're a 20 or 30-minute ordeal or maybe or not they take a couple hours, being prepared is key. And we got a chance to catch up with Todd Manny. He's the director of operations at the Emergency Management Agency up in Smithfield. And he tells us that they get a lot of calls at once and they need to prioritize which ones to respond to first. While Smithfield did not have a confirmed tornado, the damage left more than 2,000 people without power. Manny says he is in constant contact with police and fire, keeping everyone in the loop and doing the best they can to get everything back to normal. That includes reopening roads, getting reliable information out to the public, and making sure everyone is safe.
I mean, these are pretty substantial trees, and if you notice, all of these trees, they're all live, healthy trees. They're not dead trees or anything like that, which really goes to show how strong the wind really was. You know, when you say tornado warning, we are not exempt anymore.
Now, Manny says that the NWS as well as Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency will be up in Smithfield today surveying the damage. They're also supposed to be down here taking a look at Seekonk and Rehoboth and whether or not to confirm if a tornado did in fact touch down here. We'll have more information online and on air as soon as we learn it. Reporting live this morning in Seekonk, Joe Cortez, 12 News.